Let's see if we could get the Wikipedia thing. Um, this there could be some. I was trying to find stuff about legal ramifications. Now there is something about it, but it's not giving us that much. It should be, people crazy these days. It should be a little bit more detailed, meaning that somebody don't like to touch on this fact. They just got the body snatching movie up. When you look at this, okay? Body snatching is the illicit practice of exhuming corpses from graves. Now, somebody's last name could be also Graves. Somebody's last name could be Graves. And it says primary to sell them for Anna. Somebody's name could be Anna. Tomical. Anna and Tom. Anna and Peeping Tom. I don't know. Tomical study by medical researchers. All right. That's why the scientist was coming up in reverse. Let's see. Okay, of course is okay, or morgues, or somebody could also be, because I keep hearing shelter, so maybe it's something like somebody's calling your place a shelter where weird people can come in and out instead of a single family home, or somebody could have been in a shelter. There could be a child that is homeless. All right. Somebody could, okay. So if a group of people is saying that something is legit, like these people are not, even if we look at this as a sense of a group of individuals that go around and kill people or behead them so they can take over their body. What? No, it's all right. I didn't started the video now.
My clothes are not.
Okay, well, let me just finish it. This one is not going to take that long.
So I'm going to just go in the shower once my clothes is ready.
Okay, well, let me get a second.
And then you'll do your shower after?
No.
Yes.
That's going to be changed already.
Mom, I want to take a shower after.
No, I'm just going to, listen, we'll see what happens because it depends on how long this video is about to be.
This video is going to be long, so and my
Okay.
clothes is going to be done. I'm
So
going to the shower.
we can look at this in another sense where if I was born a wealthy child, somebody could have cut me off or beheaded. Because remember, we said beheaded doesn't actually mean that they dislocate your head. It's a way of removing you from power or removing you from building a following or something like this. So somebody could have been using you as a slave or in servitude. And we know the Bible says there's nothing that these people hate more than somebody that was a slave, but I'm going to say was treated like a slave, to be raised up to queen.
Mom, where's Mom?
With her mom. To be raised up to a queen. So we could have a bunch of people being unruly about a situation. It's an actual scripture. Because they treated a queen like a servant, and this person is going to sit. This could be me about to sit in my proper seat. And these people are worried about this, okay? Damn, I forgot the glasses. Hold on. So this could be why people laughing it off. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, this is faded. Oh, people tired of hearing about this. Yeah, nothing's going to come of this. Bop, bop, bop. People, like I said, this could be also the reason or the way that these people were able to kind of steal some of our children right from school or right out the home, kill them, clone them, control them, send them back in. You're just a loving parent. You're not really paying attention. You think your child just going through growth spurts. You see what I'm saying? I'm telling you, there's an energy. Why the net have to be cast in heaven is to get these entities out, or a higher realm, okay, or the so-called powers that shouldn't be. So anyways, it says or burial sites, okay, morgues, other burial sites. Again, somebody could bury you in false allegations, accusations, false narratives, blasphemy, and leave you there to dig your way back out. Like, what happened here? tornado come tear down something. These could be spiritual tornadoes, right? So this could be like Papa wasn't Rolling Stone. He left somebody for dead and went to the other side of town or, another country and started having children there. There could be some of these people that's alleged kings, but they weren't given these options to the real American kings or American boys. They were given these options to the African boys because Africa has more of a hand in what's going on with our missing children in America, the so called American black children, period. What they've been doing and allowing these people to come over here and get these grants and stuff, that's warfare for the past 30 years and making sure that when they do come over here, they're not coming over here to learn how to work at McDonald's. They coming over here going straight to the top. They coming over here getting grants and shit that it'll take us 20 years to probably process to get through, or we have to beg for something, right? Or we have to disassociate ourselves with being American and call ourselves African so we could get the same privileges. We probably get it quicker. But they make sure when they bring them over here, they become doctors and lawyers and people that will be of high society. Unless you're talking about urban area, like a really mixed place like New York or something like this, most black people can really not really speak the fact that they had like a that they know that they had. Now some of us from the 80s babies, we was mixed up with people that was African, but they was kind of Americanized already. But most of us in the so-called like hood or something, we can't really relate to having too many African friends. You just can't. You'll be lying if you said you did. In most communities, when people come here, even from dark skinned places like Haiti and stuff, they still learn how to band together. They might have a couple black friends or associates or hang out with the little black girl, something like this, but they band together. All right, they band together. They get their little bodegas and shit like this. They band together. They make sure, they want their food that they get from their countries. They have to go to certain stores, and these stores are here for them, to get the things that they miss of their country. That's not being done in Africa. They're not really making sure that they have like an American presence in these other countries. So people it might be hard for them to get, American clothes or, toys and stuff like this. Okay. So they're not teaching these motherfuckers how to go in the community and help black people clean up themselves and give them some African root work or something like this. They going straight to the top. They being scientists and people that's going to be playing around with your body. Now, a body could be a natural accumulation. If you a light, it's a natural accumulation of people that was just guided towards your light. So that's like you still having the light and somebody using you as a bug catcher or something, and then they are smacking these people over the head once they get close to you, and then they're. So like I could say I had a body of work doing this American history and this indigenous shit. Then somebody else came along. Maybe people thought this person did it better or whatever, or they gave something like the land patents where people were like, oh, that's cool. We can actually get something. Let's go over here. Fuck the knowledge or whatever. We could go of self or this. We gonna go over here because we getting something, right? So that was the swap of the body right there. Okay. So that's one body. That's one part of the body or one limb or something like this. So it's basically somebody gave my bodies to other people, right? Mm, yeah, because some people are holders of body naturally, right? You got the natural light to also make things grow when you put your attention on it, or things gravitate towards you. See what I'm saying? So you don't think nothing about it. You don't think nothing about like you being in a group of people or whatever. You could be that person that's the glue that keep everybody calm and together, not bickering or whatever like this. How important some people's energy is to something if you're a conduit. So again, we'll talk familial though right now. So this is like somebody, a family line. Like I told you, my family with the Parhams already had a situation before because my great uncle was dating their grandmother. And then my dad ended up meeting the daughter of the grandmother. And then you see what I'm saying? And he started dating her. So there was already a connection there. All right. So it almost seems like whatever these people was doing, okay. Mm, it's like they had to kill me early off or discontinue or behead me so that they can give the body over, they can create something else and give the body over to it or them or whatever this thing is. All right. It's like, you'll read some stories about deities or gods or pharaohs, and Hathor sound. A lot of people will say Hathor sounds a lot like Sekhmet. How it kind of like ties into each other. It's kind of like what they're doing on familial things. But we know that when these people hang themselves on family trees, they curse themselves. It actually, I think it states it that way. You're not cursed are those who hang themselves on a tree or hang from a tree. So it's not what's hanging from the tree. It's not the hangman that's cursed. In some of these cases, possibly it could be the person that makes this a priority, that makes this a business, that makes this something that they do. All right. You think about the whole thing about the trees, or even the strangers among you and those who hang themselves on your tree. You know what I'm saying? You have to think about it like this. This could be like friends that are like best friends to the family. You don't know. Back in the 80s, the 90s, and shit like this, we had family friends that just they could have been dating one person in the family at one point in time, right? They break up, but this person still be around the whole family. They got to know everybody in the family. So even though she ain't messing with Jerome no more, you know what I'm saying? She still be at Jerome cousin them house and everything. Like Jerome gonna still run into this bitch because she know the family now. Everybody in the family like this person. You've had these throughout the time. Okay. They just become an attachment onto the family, something like this. Um, But when we talk about hierarchies and royals and these other family, these prominent family lineages or these elite families and stuff like this, it just almost seemed like, it's also something about redirecting information. Because if I'm a child of a hierarchy, especially, of course, the information would be trusted with me to come to me some other kind of way. I may be a quieter child that think with my mind growing up all my life. The only reason why I'm speaking about is this injustice here, because I know that something is not right. Other than this, we would still be just reading the Bible and history. So we had to go and tap into another realm here to kind of see and pull on what these people are actually doing. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, but it's like it doesn't matter to try to keep what, because whatever y'all doing or whatever you building in my name or with my image or something like this is irrelevant, need to be shut down. So if somebody like, oh man, you messing it up or something like this, look, y'all all knew that y'all was over here doing this, and I was clueless and wasn't aware of what the fuck you was doing. How you gonna be mad if God wake me up and show me exactly what you doing and I come on here and talk about it? So, you know what I'm saying? You took too long for me to think that it was just a discrepancy or you was getting something together and you was going to bring it back to me. It took too long. And then when you start going through this process, you realize that, damn, you know what? People in the family didn't really fuck with me like that anyways. They kind of used to give me the side eye, or why you listening, or what you doing, or go in the other room, stop listening to what we talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, damn. I mean, it was cool, but like most people in my family, with me having such big families on both sides, I don't feel like I was ever embraced, right? Now, I don't think it's not like we didn't flourish, like, or we didn't have, it was just always something secondary. Like somebody wanted me to know I was different or from a different sector, even if these are people from your bloodline that share the same blood as you. Somebody knew that you was going to be higher than them or greater than them or something like this, and they didn't want it to be you or me. All right. So, there was always some kind of like a little bit of distance here. I can't really even tell you what to call it, because it didn't feel like hate. It didn't feel like whatever. Maybe a little irritated sometimes, but it didn't feel bad. It's still, the family was still felt good being in the family or around the family or whatever. You see what I'm saying? It's not until hindsight when you start charting back and start looking at it like, you know what I'm saying? What is it? And then when you realize this is about money or you was the wealth in the family, then it strikes you as like, oh, okay, so it really ain't nothing personal. It's just some greedy people that wanted to keep me away from my wealth. They thought that they should have it and their children should have it and I shouldn't have it. Or I was supposed to get some too, and they thought that they should just take my portion and split it amongst themselves and I shouldn't get nothing. Oh, okay, so this is basically what it is then. Okay, so whether it's an outside source of the family or not. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Somebody could have stole your family. They try to put themselves in your shoes or use your birth date, your identity, social security number, your name. Maybe your name ain't what your name was on the birth certificate. Maybe they gave you that name that you've been using your whole life, but your name was the name of a cousin. You like they swap your name with your cousin name, and then they kind of just put that blessing on the cousin. You see what I'm saying? When people grew up, the prophecy sound like it's about you. You match that energy. You was the quiet one out of the family. You know what I'm saying? You could have been the daughter of a king of wands or something. Just paying attention to your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Not letting nobody talk to you like you crazy, knocking the motherfucker out if they do. You know what I'm saying? You just very observant. You sit in the background. You don't gossip. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was. Even I was just like kind of serious or whatever, but not really when I was growing up, especially in a new environment. I don't really know these people or something like this. I always carry myself in a certain way. So this could be something, like that. Also I'm hearing somebody could fit in different crowds. Like you could fit in anywhere you go. Okay. But like I said, other people are observing too. Um And I feel like this is what somebody did. They swapped your whole thing. So masculine energies coming towards you is dudes that used to fuck your sister or your play sister or your cousin or the girl next door, or they used to like her, or this is the people that was connected to her or cleaved onto her as she's growing up. So it feels estranged to you. Your body ain't, maybe your body just melted in with you because everybody is like your body is a wonderland. Everybody wants somebody's body. They don't, your body, you the head of the group. Or like when we talk about Egyptians in their hierarchy or their caste system, the pharaoh is at the top and everybody else is beneath the person, right? In the in the caste system for India, you got the priests and the teachers at the top peak of the pyramid, and then above that you got the cloud, and you got God, and you got the mist, or this or something like this, or the not smoke but the mist amongst on top of the mountain with the god or the gods, right? So it's like beheading or boop. That's not the owner. I'm just gonna put my face right there, or I'm gonna put my name right here, and then I'm gonna assume this whole body of work that's attached to this person, energetically or otherwise, spiritually, through neural chips or whatever. I'm just gonna take her chip or her eye, and then I'm gonna give her mine, and then when the day of reckoning comes, or judgment or redemption or whatever this is, this person is going to be still struggling figuring out, why do my energetic body don't feel like me? Why when I was growing up I never even knew anything about, everything was so seamless, everything was just balanced out perfectly, with my energy. I don't know about where I was, who I was around, what the energy was in the room, but with my energy everything was kind of like always balanced out. Now it seemed like now I'm getting these other masculines that I'm recognizing as these other women's masculines. Like, what the fuck is these guys coming around me for? These ain't my guys, or these are not my, this is not my, what I'm saying, spiritual family or whatever, or people that was connected to me, or the girl that was in the hallway that one day when somebody tried to run up on me or something like this, and gave me the warning so I could be ready if that bitch was going to run up on, what I'm saying? That's how I feel like this is how a body works, like on the minuscule levels to like the largest. People that's handling your affairs that you may not be able to be privy to until you hit a certain marker with your culture, your tribe, or something. Maybe you can't know about this body until you get 40 something years old, but somebody purposely didn't tell you and give you the message and give you the information, and they block you from communication so that this other girl can slide herself in at that point, and accumulate or whatever. This could be like the house of Judah. Bitch, you're not part of the house of Judah. You're not a part of the judicial system or the judge, or some kind of system like this. You see what I'm saying? It's also keeping you away from, like, maybe this is somebody that ran with gangs, so they had slept with a whole bunch of gang members that'll do something for them if they need something done still to this day. But you wasn't doing that. Maybe you are a conduit that the people that you shared your love with, however you did, they went off to be celebrities. So you was giving your love to gang members on the streets, and my love was being taken or given to, my specialty, or what I put my time into was like entertainment, movies, Hollywood, something like this. Then why do it seem like your body now is matching that, and you trying to give me your body? It's almost like I was watching a movie when it was like a kingpin, or there was like a masculine energy, and it kept saying that, yeah, something happened in somebody's life where the dad gave, oh, it was like a psychic show, and she was like, yeah, I had my dad's ring, And then my brother had a baby or whatever, and he wanted to give the ring. I was the one that kept the dad's ring after he died or whatever. And then my brother kind of like talked me out the ring, and I gave it to him. And I was so sad, and I was crying because I was supposed to be the keeper of that ring, but he wanted to give it to one of his children that was a boy or something like this, something sentimental or something like this, right? So I was thinking about this. This could be like a ring. Like maybe you didn't know everything about what your family was involved with, and somebody could be giving you like a sex trafficking ring, that this woman or this girl was a part of that sex trafficking ring. And now this person that made her way into some type of somebody's heart when it's your turn to rise, and then somebody tried to take and clean off this person like they wasn't involved with that shit, and then give you the sex trafficking ring. So everything around you is kind of like not fitting you. You can't understand it. It's dirty. You can see that it's kind of wicked, or some shit is going on, or your children is different. And you're like, hold on, I didn't put you get what you put in. I didn't my energy of putting in was not this. Take this shit back. Give me my body back. Like, so that whole my body, my choice, somebody has been slowly taking on somebody's body here. All right. But see, this person got the advantage because for the past 5 years or something, she was also in the rooms with your body, pretending like she was you or he, after they already been in the streets and ran through the streets and made partnerships and shit like that in the streets. So somebody did something really smart. You know what I'm saying? But that would be like you look at a judge, or you look at the president or something, and find out he was really heavily tied with street gangs. Well, that's not really too safe, because you can't, how you going, you know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? A lot of people depend on the president. That is like an alpha energy or something like this. So there's nothing alpha about you, because you always ran with street gangs or sex rings or cults or covens, or there's nothing alpha about you. Somebody else been walking through life on their own. So you get what I'm saying? So that's somebody that's not alpha moving into an alpha position, and then they owe debts, and there's gang members. Remember when Lucius met that guy or whatever, that he was in jail or whatever for all that time? And he was like, yeah, bring him in, let him come in. And the guy was like, yeah, you kind of owe me or whatever. I want a job here. I want a stake in the company or something. Yeah, man, you know that shit about whatever we did when you went to jail or something like this. Yeah, I think that you got all this nice shit. You need to give me something or something like this. This is kind of like the energy that I'm getting right here. Okay. Somebody could be trying to treat you like that. But then when you come with Cookie, she has something to do with the inspiration for something or whatever this is. But that's why I said some people sat there and watched you be in a mental prison as an innocent person. So somebody did get done like Cookie, but somebody else was walking the lifestyle. Somebody else was getting the credit for it or something like this. Do you understand what I'm saying? Lucius didn't want to give Cookie a job when she got out of jail. He wanted to send her like any other street person that might want to work in the mailroom. Let's just imagine that shit happen. You see what I'm saying? For as long as possible, to make sure that they wipe out the memory of Cookie, and wipe out that Cookie was ever a part of this conglomerate or whatever since birth. Even if this was something like 20 elders was included in this shit, and y'all thought y'all was living just a regular life. Everything is fun and nice and dandy in the 80s. You're not thinking that all these people, these adults around you, is a part of some leftover ring or something, and they was just sitting there plotting and watching y'all and shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Getting high off your energy and stuff like this. So in the future, one of their children can take over your empire that was being built under your by your. And see, the reason why these people can see what's going on behind the scenes, because they are the servants. The Empress probably went along with her life not knowing none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's something about colossal energy. So you could get these girls making moves and look like, oh, she started this business, did this, that. But you still, the energy. We talking about colossal energy. Like, what's your energy like when you ain't even producing shit? People can still see that you something running through you that's different. You see what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted, because like I said, somebody could steal your abundance for 5 years and be living a life, and you've been sleeping on the fucking streets. And so if people say, hey, who looked like the person that's rich? This person or that person? Well, damn, the bitch that didn't had all the $1 million for 5 years, that been able to rearrange her life. Okay, when they knew that people was gonna start looking to see who they want to put in some kind of sector. Of course, that person. These people could be also the reason why somebody would be out on the street and homeless and don't have no place to go. All right. So we talking about body snatching. All right. So we just doing a rundown. We're just talking about this. We're going to read the cards to see if we can find out who some of the key players is. Okay. So that was one way that I wanted to show you about body snatching. You wake up and just your cells in your body don't even feel the same. You know what I'm saying? When you first got activated and went through your awakening, none of the people, like I said, either those people was there briefly to, hype you up and steal from you or something like this, or somebody gently removed these people, beheaded them or killed them and removed them and changed them. Like I was getting right off the bat. Let's go ahead and pull something real quick. I was getting right off the back when they were saying that the Pope, that the Pope was about to be released from the hospital. I'm like, that ain't the Pope. So let's pull some cards real quick. Because that's what I'm saying. This is something that need to be really watched very carefully. Because people is getting fooled. Okay? By something. All right? They listen to what we saying on our channels or what I'm saying on my channel at least. And then they're trying to make sure. So somebody could have died. Like yesterday or some shit. And then they're like, oh, we're releasing. But this is not. Somebody's brain has been like vacuumed out. And they about to put somebody else in charge of this body or something and act like, yeah, science in the reverse. And act like this person is still alive. So these are what I'll tell you. It's like some lady that was doing a video on witchcraft saying that there are a group of people that travel around families and they wait until they might poison these people, or they make sure they're around when all the elders or the people that have like original natural powers when they die. These people know about it before. These people know about it before you do, so that they can be there to collect the souls or collect the energy of that person. Like it's like a black cat sucking the energy out of somebody. All right. So this could be the energy of this, some of these grandmas and stuff that passed away allegedly during COVID, they were just reprogrammed. They was taken and reprogrammed. But I'm hearing that this 23 energy could have went as far as unaliving. If this is somebody that's outside of the Truman Show, this is somebody that came in, that snuck into the Truman Show and took their own grandma out and took the energy for that person. You understand what I'm saying? But this person is a clone of one of these family members that's in the Truman Show. But her other part of her could have had something to do with this. You understand what I'm saying? So that they can make sure that they get the energy here. All right. Well, we got defeat here. This is the truth, y'all. So somebody need that one fucking key thing here. All right. Somebody need that one key thing. All right. In order to just drive something through somebody's, it's like the hardcore or cutthroat truth. Somebody could have crept up in somewhere at nighttime and did something here. Costume designer. This could also be to manipulate somebody's energy or something like this. Because some of these people signed the NDA. They couldn't tell you, say, okay, you could have a play sister. Somebody could have a play sister. In somebody's situation, you got a play sister or some people that you grew up with. They didn't tell you that it was a question at one time if you was the mother. Okay, so they live. You find your dad dating somebody with a lady that's a single mother. All right. Somebody didn't tell you, and you met their grandma and them and stuff like this, but that might not even be their real grandma. That could be your fucking real grandma that you thought was your play sister grandma, but it was really your fucking grandma. Do you get what I'm saying? This is how I'm saying. It's like, this is like one of those mysteries, like, when people doing, like, they have the map on the board and they trying to find out where a serial killer is. They put them little pins in that string and shit like this. Somebody's life is like that, dude. A lot of people here. Okay. Yeah, somebody thought that they was playing the game and they about to get played. Okay. So in some of these zigzag stories or these garbage pail kid story, that's just how it is. You might find out that your cousin mama was really your mama, or your cousin grandma was really your grandma. And you know what I'm saying? Or your friend grandma was your friend, your grandma was your friend, your best friend from school that y'all end up being best friends since kindergarten. And she met your family and everything, but come to find out that your grandma was her grandma and her grandma is your grandma. It's some crazy shit like this. Or it could be something like, for me, I had two play sisters that I grew up since the second grade with. It was two of them. Some in somebody's case, you could have a situation like this where you was really like the girl name could be Priscilla and the one girl could be Amy. You thought Amy and Priscilla had the same mom and the same dad. Really, you was somebody didn't want to share some power or something. You was Priscilla. Your name is really Priscilla, and you was supposed to be living with that with that sister. That you and this person is real sisters. This other person ain't got nothing to do with this, or this person really belonged to your family. The person that was calling you was calling mama or auntie, and you thought this was your blood. That's really their child. It's not this girlfriend's child. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some shit like this. Or your cousin was your brother, or something like this. And for somebody, like at one point in time, these people was telling everybody else in your age group or something, they already know the truth or they just now being told. People was not about to tell you. They was gonna let you keep going on. They was gonna let you keep going on or something like this. We got a dancer here. All right. Like I said, a couple of summers ago, you could find me dancing around my house and everything like this. They could have bopped that person over the head and drugged me out of here. And I could be like 100 pounds cheaper, 100 pounds lighter somewhere being a dancer somewhere. Because somebody like, oh, you know how to dance. Okay, I'm going to reprogram you to be a dancer. I don't ever want to be a fucking dancer. I think people know what I feel about showing my naked body being a regal energy. To get money or get up, it just won't be happening. It would not be my will to do so. I don't have to. But these people have taken over and they're like, no, yes, you do. Even if you're a royal, we can take you and we can strip you down or show you naked and embarrass you or something like this. All right. So something could have happened to this person. I'm telling you, it is legit. If you somebody that had clones, one of your the reason why you not changing or you not showing difference in your pictures when you take them no more is because they already have formed these other ones. So these are my property here. My private property is not the property of this company or organization or nothing like this. This is how fucked up this is. The bittersweet thing is that you out there doing something you don't want to do or something like this, but somebody could have got killed here. Somebody could have made you, somebody could have been secretly watching you and then reprogrammed you to be a dancer and to move you to Las Vegas or something. I have no idea. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. All right. These also have something to do with like your clones being your children. Okay. And yeah, this could also be another family member or a cousin or something like this that didn't do good in the strip club or as a queen of wands or yeah, a princess of wands or like you too serious, you're not played for enough. You know what I'm saying? You talking about business and somebody trying to make you a dancer and you talking about claiming your crown. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody could have thought, oh, I'm gonna do it anyway, and then they didn't make money off of you, and somebody could have ended your life or harmed you or beat you to death or something like this here. Okay. You told this person not to do that. That's not what you here for this time. But somebody took over your. This is body snatching. You see. So now somebody's feeling some kind of way here because they could have been promising people, performances from you or something like this. And you said, look, I'm not an entertainer breed. I dance at home when like nobody watching, but I'm not somebody that performs. I'm not an entertainer. This could be somebody that is an entertainer and they was offended by you saying you don't want to be an entertainer. So they forced you to be the lowest of the low entertainer anyway to ruin your legacy. It's something like this here. All right. Somebody could be using some kind of screen or computer system to manipulate a situation here. This person was playing you or playing with your image or something like this. He was just in reverse. Now he in the upright. And then we got failure in the kindergarten teacher in reverse. So somebody could have promised to get justice about what a kindergarten teacher or whoever this person is did to you. See how she got the blood, all those people out there playing on the playground. She got blood on her shirt and her neck. This could be somebody that I don't know. Completion. So maybe they got to relook at a cold case, or we could be talking about Cilio killers. C- Cilio. I don't know. Serial killers here. So somebody didn't fail to get this person caught. Maybe again with this blood on her neck and it being in reverse. If this was it, I would say that this person got blood on them, or they found evidence. Maybe they didn't find evidence on this person because, see, in the reverse, this making me think forget about the blood. But this person is caught. So this could be something about like somebody confessing, or somebody hearing somebody confess something over the phone, or somebody looked in somebody's software and they actually found the proof through somebody's memories. Okay. Somebody could have an old dog that they done had, or a cat they done had for 20 years or some shit. And the cat got a retina scan, and they went and looked through the cat's retina scan and they found something about a crime. It could be something like this. So somebody didn't fail to put this person in reverse. Because I'm telling you, somebody had evidence, but the evidence got gone with this being in reverse and this blood and shit on her neck. Like, I don't know what, I mean, it looked like paint, but you know, it could be paint, but I think no. In this case, we talking about blood, okay? Also, some of this shit I was hearing about blood and Crips. There's a lot more people in the science of gangs now than actually out. You don't see gang members in some communities, walking around in groups acting crazy, acting out or whatever like this anymore, because they're in the science labs, or these science labs in reverse. They're doing something else here. All right. They're not really. I mean, in some places, yes, they are. But do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody's seen something. You see how this magician or this infinity sign is there? Somebody's seen something on it, and it had them concerned here. All right. So again, my concern was these people are taking people that's not in the grave though, or they could be. You could be in a grave situation, and somebody think that that's enough. You're not going to repair from them stealing all your stuff. You're not going to be able to make that much money again to come after these people that got that much money now because they took it from you. So somebody could be looked at this like a failure to launch or something like this. Um, some of you, they did a kill on you when you was a baby, or they harmed you or took something to make you defective, like a third eye or your vision or something, your spiritual vision or something like this. And this person was just accumulating all your stuff, all the notary things that was coming towards you. They was getting it. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't getting nothing here. You wasn't getting no messages. You wasn't getting no knowledge about who you are, or oh, you're this daughter of these group or something. As these gifts come in, you supposed to go claim them. Somebody else was doing this. They wasn't collaborating with you either. They was just doing it all. They was just doing it all. And now somebody's disappointed about this. Again, 5 May could be significant, or up to 5 people. So I told you I wanted to clear the board. So let's finish looking at just this part right here. All right. All right. It says body snatching is distinct from the act. Like a lot of this could be partially that. They say something about like not paying taxes of your bodies of your family members is buried in a yard or something. So you may not even know, you know what I'm saying? That, these people could, if you're an avatar or something, they could just be having you cloned and kill you at every place that they lived at. And then, they don't have to pay taxes, or there's also some other kind of marking somebody's territory or something. So I was picking up that somebody could have, before you start having sex, so a violent crime, a supernatural violent crime could have happened to you. And somebody's calling you somebody else's son because they didn't know what else to do. They was new at grave robbing or whatever, and so they took your DNA. They took some DNA or something from one of your newer clones, okay? And they took DNA from somebody that kind of looked like you, that got the same phenotype, chubby cheeks or something, and then they try to create a new one. So that whoever this person is around these people, that's not the original form. This would be like if you got a big mob boss or something, and he like, yeah, where's my daughter? Bring my daughter. And people like, damn, little Robbie killed her or whatever like this. Damn. And then they try to clone the person, bring them back because you know this is like a big time guy or something. And y'all better produce something. You know what I'm saying? And then he like, oh, you didn't change since I seen you last time. I know I don't get to see you that much, but damn girl, you didn't grew or something like this. And it was a whole nother clone. Now you could be somewhere safe and sound, or your ass could have been dead. Something could have resulted in death here. Between the age of 11 to 14 is what I'm hearing for somebody. Somebody could have even did something to you at those ages, but they recovered your body or something at 14. It's something like this. Like these people aren't afraid of death. They love death. I was having a vision that like somebody's child be going to some dark place and they go down these stairs and everybody be laughing and talking and everything and eating and it be dead bodies hanging and shit like this. Like somebody is like the Crips. These are people that work amongst the Crips. So you want to be dealing with them when when you die because you want to be dealing with them when you die because if you tell one of them no, they can fuck up your rebirth or they could try to burn you or something like this to make sure your soul or your spirit can't come back to earth. It's something like this. All right. But this mocking you, laughing at you, ridiculing you about your real power or who you are. Like these people walk into these secret locations, they don't even flinch. It's like dead bodies places, but they know how to preserve it. So I was hearing that that's what they do. And then Bloods, whether it's good or bad, they be working. It's a sector of them that be working with like the bloodlines, family trees, you know, paperwork, documentation. You know, Uncle Jimmy, we didn't know we had an Uncle Jimmy that owned 50 acres in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? They're following the bloodline to see where the wealth is. Okay. They might even be in court systems or political arena or something like this, have a little bit more, they may look more well polished and put together, talk a little bit more put together, right? But I don't know. When I see the blue people, they more laughy, jokey, you know, fun, free, but they deal with death some kind of way. Or like transitioning into lower realms or lower chambers. This could be also people when you think about the class system with India. This could be very much India, okay? And you have the commoners, peasants, and servants. So again, somebody keeps saying bottom right. I'm trying to think if I'm looking at it, it might be commoners, peasants, and servants. So bottom, either we'll just say it's our right. Somebody wants you to be a servant. But I've never been from the earth here. Okay. My origin is not from the dust. What I mean, okay? So somebody can't send me back to the dust because my origin is not from the dust. It's never been. This could also be talking to Egyptians or something, sending them back to where they come from. Maybe the dust or the desert or something like this. And I told you, just separate Sekhmet out of all the ancient deities. Separate Sekhmet. And that's why I was so interested in that new mummy that they just found that was different than everybody else. And it's almost like they were trying to erase her from history. Separate Sekhmet from everybody else because Sekhmet is an American lion. That's a different, that's the power or the conduit back then that got taken possibly from out of ancient Egypt, which is the 1600s, or they say 16 BC, the 1600s, okay, or ancient Egypt. Maybe even somebody might try to throw Kemet in there, but like Kemet being the earlier, but we're just gonna say it like that. The 1600s or the 16th dynasty. That Sekhmet really got led into Egypt from being overtaken or bombarded or over attacked, just like the same thing right now, being that conduit that's raised up to do something and protect her, all the good things of all of the aspects here. And somebody wanted to harm that or break that down so they can continue to do wickedness. So I separate Sekhmet from all of the Egyptian gods because I think that they call Asterith a demon. That's somebody that's taken out of man. But that don't necessarily mean that this person is a demon. They could have demonized that Asterith of America energy because she is the powerhouse or the conduit. All right. So I look at Sekhmet and Asterith as two different. I separate them. That's all Americana. You understand? And so, like, we could be in this era now, finding out that these men, these cuckoo clock, these grandfather clock men, keep using me or using something to rile up the things, do all these things, get people attracted, and then they kill the person, move them out, and then they want to be in power or something like this. And we talking about when America used to be a monarchy. I mean, when America used to be a matriarchal society, and men were hunters and gatherers or something. But now we're in a situation where women got to go out there and get it just like men do to even be compatible as a mate or something like this. But women also were hunter and gatherers as well. Okay. They weren't these skinny, thin women. They weren't these women with these colossal booties or nothing. The American women were different. If anything, they might have been a little bit more busty. The legs might have been a little bit more like Olympic or Olympian. Their calves might have been a lot bigger. Their hands could have been a lot bigger, like mine. Things like this. Okay. So let's see. So snatching the act of doing this involves removal of the corpse. So again, somebody could be killing you in your home, slowly bringing you out into the underworld or into another chambers or something like this. So these people are playing with your fate. They're not letting the natural way take hold of you. They said, I want this person to be that. So I'm going to take this person in this route. They're not thinking about your works. They don't know who you are. They don't give a damn. They're just trying to collect bodies for their dead army or something like this. It's very disgusting and not sacred at all. All right. But rather left from the golly, why does this keep doing? But rather left from the burial site itself. Okay. So this could be also somebody like coming in, pulling on your spirit or pulling on you some kind of way, pulling on your energy energetically. I'm seeing like a shadowy energy or like a remember we got that shadow card earlier. It's something else like pulling somebody from themselves, or like you ever see when somebody's laying down dead or sleep and then they'll put like a simulation of like the person's something glowing, the aura that shaped just like the person will leave the body, something like this. Okay. All right. But rather left a burial site, or this could be where you got bodied, get them bodied. Like you got bodied in a place by spirits or something like this. You might as well just forget about it here. You know what I'm saying? This is where we beat the shit out of you or something here spiritually or something. All right. Most commonly refers to the removal and the sale of the corpse, primarily for the purpose of dissection or anatomy or lectures in middle schools. Okay. The term was coined primarily in regards to the case in the United Kingdom and the United States. So that's kind of strange here. The land and water. Through the 17th and 18th century, 19th centuries. Notice we just talked about the 16th century. This is something that came later here. Now, Sekhmet might be like, fuck y'all. I noticed what y'all been doing to me every time. I came here to get mine this time. You understand? Mm-hmm. All right. And somebody tried to say you don't deserve that. And I feel like this is where something's about to be messed up for these people. Because it is time. Okay. Body snatching in many countries. The first recorded case dating back to 1319 in Bologna. I kept on saying that shit yesterday. This is baloney. This is baloney. Okay. This could also be like, you know what I'm saying? This is something that's baloney. Like something is weird here. Like somebody trying to say, no, we did this. And you like, that's baloney, man. All right. Panic. Public house in Panic. Pennicute or something like this. Scotland. This is giving me, this image right here is giving me that new show that they got. I can't believe we just buried someone last night. That show. So I just said that right there. This is what I'm saying. How these people sit here and wait for us to explain something or use our gifts to kind of make these things not so stale. And somebody's going to try to take what I said and put it and say, see, she gave the confirmation. She just said, see, we buried somebody last night. I'm just reading what's here, or I'm explaining this image to you, but somebody could take those words and make it seem like I just admitted to a crime. Do you understand how it just had to be the protection that the king can do no wrong, because these people gonna keep on fucking trying it, or these people gonna have to end up dead. This is why Jesus wanted these people dead. It wasn't no more talking about it. All right. So, those who practice this act in the cell during the first period were commonly referred to as resurrectionists or resurrection men. In the UK, often worked in terms of whom primarily targeted more recently dug graves. Okay, but the same pit that they digging for us, that's where you gonna be. Will be hired in order to provide medical institutions and practitioners. Okay, with a supply of fresh cadavers for the purpose of atomical study. All right. Decline in body snatching as a practice. There are contemporary instances of body snatching. So nowadays, they don't have to really go open up your grave. They could just invite you over for drinks or something, take your cup and swab it, and then take that DNA and do something with it. Okay. Nobody don't have to. I mean, they don't ever have to kill you. They just want you to be walking refrigerator, keep everything nice and at the well temperature. So when they need to do a new one, they just come and just do it. You understand? All right. And again, nobody would be talking about this if these people hadn't touched the tree. The tree knows and the tree speaks. So God gave them all these other people that they could play around with, but somebody is messing with the wrong fruit, or they didn't mess with the wrong fruit. So let's see. So these family members have been doing something. It's not spell work. It ain't nobody like put no potion in nothing. Let's just keep it real. All right. These are people that are using paperwork and false accusations and things like this in order to get these jobs done. Okay. So basically, your cousin or your friend or your play sister or your play uncle, your play cousin, somebody done stole your fucking identity. All right. And they've been using it. They've been using your genetic marker, whoever this person is, number 9 that was born on a 9th. That's all the gain when it comes to whatever this is. And somebody could have been messing with this person and they didn't want to say nothing at first and then they could have felt guilty, like, damn, if I get with this girl, get back with this girl, she gonna know that I was messing around. It's something stupid like this, all right? But something is being shown here. All right, that this is the abundance. Somebody could have also wanted you out the way because they always seen you as the main character and they thought you not even that entertaining. You a wallflower, but that's a conduit, silly. And somebody thought to get rid of you or something like this. And now something is not even doing as well as it used to, no matter what they try to do or how slutty they make it. It's not working. All right. They could have put like foreign energies. I'm telling you, somebody is using my birthday. Listen, somebody is using my birthday. Somebody foreign and somebody that is not, this is not your birthday. Straight up. This is sinister. This is like dead babies in a hospital. They taking these kids. This is like other things here. Okay. Somebody preserving you or keeping you trapped until they could take your throne with you to make sure they're going to be the one sitting at the throne with you. But this could be an abuser or somebody that didn't treat you right or something. They're trying to like keep you. Like this could be somebody that you even said no to. Like, motherfucker, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to be with you. I don't want something with you. And somebody's holding this person hostage here. Hold on, y'all. I can't stay. There's something wrong here. Hard to do. Yeah, there's a hard to defeat somebody, but defeat is coming to these people. 5-9 again. Somebody trying to say somebody's 59, 54. No, this is somebody's birthday. This is my birthday, dude. Hold on one second, y'all. I can't stay out the bathroom. My fault. I can't.